Hello, how's it going? Saltire here, and today I'm bringing you a short preview of the latest incarnation of the Extended Cultures mod, that is XE5. This update has been a long time coming and has just recently been released, and the mod itself has a long history going back around 11 years. Suppanut, who is one of the original development team, has continued on and has spent 6 years of dedication and hard work on this update, which you could say is his dream mod. Added to this in the last year has been the fantastic artistry from Lanjane, a 3D 2D artist and UI maker, well respected in the Total War Centre forum and AHOL11's Rome Total War Discord community. Also joining the team in this time was Robbe Aerts, creator of his very own Veggie mod, who made the beautiful environment and vegetation changes that are quite apparent in this update. As well as the main campaign, which we'll come to in a minute, there is 3 other features. There's the eras and provincial campaigns, which would not have been possible without the excellent work of Suppannut's friend BHL20, who incidentally has also written some wonderful reviews in the Extended Cultures thread on the Total War Centre forum. I'll leave a link in the description below, and I certainly recommend that you go and have a read. It's extremely well written. There's several campaigns to play here, including Caesar's 49 BCE campaign, which is more playable factions. And you'll also find all 4 of the new factions that have been introduced into this update, namely Gandhara, Tokhara, Epirus and Numidia. We'll have Himyar and Mero as new challenges too. Next we have the old vanilla historical battles. These have been reworked with new battlefield experiences. I think wrong one. I think you'll find there's 8 of them, and they're sure to be a bit of fun, I would say. Finally, we have custom battles, which I dare say I don't really need to talk about. Most you know what they're all about, and no explanations are needed. Now, I also have to give a mention to crazyroman for his valuable knowledge of the Greco-Bactrian world and Ifricatean warfare, and he also brought his superb elite Hellenistic units to the development of this update. Finally, historians rarely get any expo for their work on these mods, so I'd like to give a shout out to Mausolos of Caria, who's a quite excellent historian. He's always in and around our community, and his researches have helped guide the historicity of this update, not to mention other mods made by our community members. There are of course many others who have been involved and contributed to this mod over the years, far too many to mention, but they can be found in the readme file of the mod, for anybody that is interested, that is of course. All this has brought to us, the public, a quite unique mod in my opinion. Now, turning to the faction menu, you can see here the new map, which is adjusted to known data of ancient geography and climate, and if you cursor over any of the icons of the factions here, they'll reveal a black box showing some information that you don't normally see. Now, this mod is the most complex building system ever seen, I believe, and you get the feeling of the challenge a real king, chieftain, warlord or any other leader would face. Your cities develop in a very immersive way, You just can't spam them, and all will be okay like it is in vanilla. To be successful, you need to balance between growth, resource management and industrial progress. And Suppanut's new building system is a defining feature, and it can be a wee bit confusing at times, as it operates with a slightly complicated web of bonuses. Economic and recruitment is highly dependent on the other buildings and resources present within a region, and certain measures had to be taken to give adequate information to the players in game. Now I'll just let this open up. Should have done it a bit quicker than this actually. Now if we just go into one of the settlements here, public health and cultural influence buildings give regular bonuses. If I just open up the building browser, let's just go to Warlord's Hold here. Now as you can see, the public health and cultural influence there, which is barbarian, they're pretty much standard, but all the others give you information regarding resources that may or may not be valuable for tax bonuses. You do have to read all of this stuff, by the way, especially in the description here where more information is given that will help you with your gameplay. Some of the buildings here have got very long construction times, and you should really only attempt to build them once you have stacked up enough time bonuses to make it practical. And the upgrade requirements are here at the bottom and let you know what you need to move on to the next building. It all makes very interesting reading. Unit conditions and recruitment is possibly the most immersive, I suppose. Each unit's equipment will be directly connected to complex requirement sets, as you can see here. You just read some of this, you'll understand what I'm on about, like requirement for naval units. And if you want to build boats, like biremes here, you need to have these buildings in place. So if you want to produce units with quality equipment, then you'll have to build quite a large infrastructure where each component matters. Now, now it may take you a while to grasp all this knowledge and information, but the mod is still very playable if you don't wish to utilise the system to its fullest. However, I would say once you do, I'm sure you will find it brings much more depth and immersion to the immersion and the campaign experience. There are some factions like Numidia and the Germans that will undergo a drastic change in the course of the campaign as they progress from nomadic or barbarian origins to a more civilized environment. There will also be a lot of new units on to be seen. I don't think they've been seen before in any other mod. So I'll finish off by just saying that with the terrific graphics and improvement made by Lanjane, the mod has been given a massive facelift of over 1100 new textures and over 500 new models, with almost every unit receiving a new UI. There are also new buildings and events UIs, like you can see here. I'll just try and change some of this so we can get a look at them. or what I'll actually do is I'll just move on a turn like so. See if anything comes up that reflects this. Okay, diplomatic information. You see here, I don't know if that's been done before, but yeah, I think some of these have been done. I mean, look at this. I've never seen this one before. That's a new one on me for a start off, but I just thought I'd try and find something that you could see that was different. I think that is one of them. Now there's also new animations. It's a new AI battle formation. Well, I think it's made up from Darth and Cinehet. I'm not quite sure where he sort of merged the two of them, or whether they might be both separate. But I've got a feeling they were merged together somehow to give us a new AI battle formation. There's new soundtrack, and there's new menu backgrounds, as well as new loading screens. Now, I've had a good friendship with all of those mentioned for quite a long time now, from the days of the Rome Total Realism Project group on Slack, and now on Ahow 11's Rome Total Community Discord server. Now, I've tested on some of their mods in the past, and I've been on this one for many months now. In fact, since Suppanut gave me the alpha files way back at the start of last year. Now, I can honestly say the release has been worth waiting for. It's quite a masterpiece in my opinion, and I strongly recommend that you try it. Now, the links will be in the description below for any download and install instruction, as well as a link to Ahow 11's Rome Total War Discord server. So come and join us. There's a load of different content to chat about, and plenty of friendly members to do it with, so you can feel free to ask any questions. To finish off this preview, some of my narration on here has come direct from the information and guides written by BHL20 and Lanjane on extended cultures in the Total War Centre forum. I'm sure they won't mind, but I would like to thank them anyway, because there's no way I could have done it any better than they have done. Finally, although I'm not monetized, please comment, like and subscribe to support and encourage me to do more videos like this, as well as my Let's Plays. Thanks for watching.